syndicators, when Liebfeld Cats, Marvin reached out to them, were incredibly responsive. The first 2 years, we've raised close to $400,000. This year, we're on track to break right through that record. You saw last night at the sales how the sons and daughters of Walner and Captain Treacherous are going, and most of those breedings are locked up tight. But you have a chance to get them tonight. Everything goes to the Charity Challenge Fund, which is already over $130,000. So we are hoping that this final auction will really get us over the record level. Marvin Katz is an incredibly responsible and good salesman when it comes to this. He's really carried this initiative, and all the drivers, trainers, breeders, everybody has responded. We saw the sulky race. That was a lot of fun. But, people are very busy. They work hard. And for them to take the time and devote the energy to supporting these charities, Special Olympics New Jersey, Encourage Kids, the Thorough Cancer Center, and the Pandemic Relief Fund is really just a top-notch thing for them to do. And the charities have come out to the track. They have responded. They now think of harness racing only in a benevolent, positive light.
And we'll have a big check a little bit later on during a presentation for the Woodhill Community Center right here in Lexington.
Well, again, community ties are important, and Marvin Katz is personally donating $10,000 on behalf of Lexington Selected Sale to the Woodhill Community Center, part of the fellowship between Lexington town and the racing community. The mayor will be here for that, and again, we'll make what better time to showcase our sport than at this kind of sale at the Breeders' Crown. So that's why this is taking place.
Yes, we will effort to talk to Mayor Linda Gorton a little bit later on here, but back to the breeding auctions themselves here. Explain to everybody just how difficult it is to get a breeding to some of these amazing stallions. You don't just show up, say, "Hi, I'm here. Can I breed my mare?"
No, most of them are syndicated, so the shareholders own all the rights and they want to use them. So again, it's very generous of them to make one available for charity, and we've had a tremendous response in the last 2 years. People outside of the normal community getting the chance to go to a Sweet Lou, to go to a Captain Treacherous, to go to a Tactical Landing. Perfect Sting is the intriguing one. He may race another year. He may go to stud, but whatever happens, you've got an option to breed to him. Same with Tall Dark Stranger last year. That syndicate, I think, was sold out almost immediately, but you were able to get a breeding to Tall Dark Stranger, and you can again tonight.
Yeah, the guarantee to Perfect String will happen in 2022 or 2023, right, whenever he is syndicated to stud. You mentioned some of the sires there. I just want to read them off again, and we thank the sponsors who have donated. Tall Dark Stranger, Down by the Seaside, Captain Treacherous, Perfect Sting, and on the trotting side, of course, Walner with his amazing first crop, Bar Hopping, Muscle Hill, and Chapter 7. That is a who's who of sires in our business.
It is, and when Marvin made these requests, we didn't even know how hot Seaside was going to be, etc. So again, this is a once in an annual opportunity.
Comes up each and every year. I think it's now in its third year. Hey, listen, we thank you for being a big part of this. We know how hard you work behind the scenes. And we do thank the farms and syndicates that have donated these outstanding breedings. In just about a half an hour at 2:45, we'll pay attention over to the big sales ring here at Sazak-Tipton and see what these share bring. So, ladies and gentlemen, after a brief timeout, we will be back a little bit later on to chit-chat with some of harness racing stars who will be bidding in just about that time. So please stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. HRU's coverage of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge continues with Cocktails for a Cause, sponsored by the Kentuckiana Farm.
Harness Racing Update is the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU covers the sport from all angles with news, features, photography, opinion, and analysis of racing. Also, HRU covers breeding and sales, as well as industry stories you need to know. It's all delivered by a deep, diverse, and talented team of writers and photographers. And the best news is that it's free to subscribe. Subscribe to HRU today for free at harnessracingupdate.com and see what everyone is talking about.
Welcome, everybody, to continuing coverage here of Cocktails for a Cause from the fabulous Kentucky Room here at the Fasig-Tipton Sales Pavilion. I now have two more special guests to talk to. The mayor of Lexington, Ms. Linda Gordon here, and I'm joined also by Eric Geary from the Woodhill Foundation, Woodhill Community Center, who will be the beneficiary of a big cardboard check in just a little while as we get to the podium. First, Mayor, these kinds of initiatives, when we get to really help charity through the horse racing business, whether it's thoroughbred or harness, these are very important things that we need to really promote.
Well, and they're important to our community here. And, we love our horses, whether they're thoroughbred or standard bred. We love our horses. They're a big part of our economy here in Lexington. And when they choose to give back to the local community, it's a double win for us.
That's what we like to hear. Listen, thanks so much for being here today. Now, again, this is kind of like a year-long initiative. You were talking to Marvin Katz of the Libfeld Katz Partnership. He's a very entertaining and engaging guy. It's very difficult to say no to him. But how proud are you that we get to have an event like this during the biggest sale in our sport?
It is the biggest sale, and I'm extremely proud about this because it means so much to us. We are the horse capital of the world. That's all horses. And so for them to come here and to do this, it means everything to us for our community.
Well, we are happy that you took the time to come on over and say hello to everybody and just check out, what the sales scene and our harness brethren are all about here. We have a lot of fun when we come out here to Lexington for this couple of weeks. We get to race a few weekends at the Red Mile, hopefully with good weather this coming weekend or whatever. But are you learning a little bit today about what we do?
Oh, I've learned a lot. And of course, I love the Red Mile. And last time I was there a couple weeks ago, I got to ride in the start car, which was a unique experience. But we just love every bit of this.
Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time. If we get to see you, out at the Red Mile, perhaps this weekend, if you want to come on over, we'll talk to you on the air over there. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mayor Gordon here, Linda Gordon of Lexington. I turn my attention to Mr. Geary, Eric Geary of the Woodhill Community Center Foundation here. Sir, it's got to be a whole lot of fun here to be part of this today, and you get a little financial boost as well.
It is. I saw the check. It's the biggest big check we've ever gotten. So we appreciate that. The horsing industry is important to the fabric of our community in many ways. The social impact of the horsing community is really important to us as a local nonprofit that's trying to help kids. So we're very appreciative of being a part.
Tell us a little bit more about the Woodhill Community Center. I know it's based here in Lexington. How far you branch out, who you kind of help, and what's your goal and transition stuff?
Yeah, Woodhill Community Center was founded 3 years ago, and it's in a neighborhood that's very rich with a lot of people and a lot of assets. What they were lacking is a real central place for families, kids, and part of the community to enjoy. If you come by and see it, it's an excellent facility. It houses a basketball gymnasium, a recording studio, a tech center, after-school programming, all really brought to us by the community of Lexington, which is an incredibly giving place to be. So we're proud of the Woodhill Community Center. We serve a few thousand kids and families through the Woodhill Community Center and our other work that we do here in Lexington.
Can you tell us how you were selected for this particular honor and that big donation?
Yeah, so we're friends with a couple of folks, mainly Kenny Jackson, who's a really important friend to me and a personal friend. He called on us and said, hey, would you all want to be involved in this? And of course we said yes, not just to the funding, but to the actual relationships that we think we'll build through this will have an impact on our kids for a long time. Kenny's invited our kids out to the farm. We'll bring them out here. So it's a great introduction to us.
And we thank Kenny as well because he is the sponsor of this particular coverage for Harness Racing Update. So I want to thank you both again, Mayor Linda Gordon, Eric Geary of the Woodhill Community Center. We'll be right back with a lot more coverage. Our next guests, two of the top trainers in the sport, Nancy Tactor and Julie Miller.
Reach the people you have to reach by advertising in Harness Racing Update, the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU provides the best bang for your advertising dollars because we reach and engage your potential customers anywhere in the world. Not only has HRU grown its subscriber base by nearly 30% in just 3 years, but our open and click rates far exceed industry averages, which tells us that readers are engaged with the digital publication and how they receive it. Plus, your ad support helps us keep HRU free to subscribers. Find out more today by visiting harnessracingupdate.com and clicking on the advertising link at the top of the page.
The local charity here in Lexington, and of course, the Charity Challenge. It's been developed by Marvin Katz and Al Litfield starting in 2019 in Woodbine, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And we couldn't be more proud of it. And there's people to thank for that. And you know, I certainly have to start with everybody here at the Lexington Sale. David Reed and Randy Managers, especially, always gone above and beyond to help us out and hosting everybody here today each and every year. I have to thank the drivers of the Charity Challenge, Dexter Dunn, David Miller, Yannick Gingrod, Tim Tetrick, and for their participation in something that has really grown on social media. The popularity of the voting has just gone beyond all of our expectations, and all the platinum and gold and silver sponsors that sponsored these guys, and it's turned into a friendly contest. And I think that was evidenced here the other day with the run by the drivers and their cars, and that was, you know, certainly well received and a lot of fun. I have to mention Jeff Durrell and FanDuel for diamond sponsorship. They got in right at the very beginning and were very supportive of the Charity Challenge. The Meadowlands staff, and specifically Rachel Ryan, she's just done a great job organizing and keeping track of the social media aspect of it. And I think we're going to have a great weekend of racing at Breeders' Crown at the Meadowlands. And certainly at the Red Mile, Cindy Salterson putting together the charity race the other Sunday afternoon, and scheduling it before the rain. That was really key, I think. Harness Racing Update is streaming this live with Dave Brower. And all of the breeders who have donated breedings that we're going to auction off here in very short order. This is the driving force between the financial aspect of what allows us to do to support these local charities in New Jersey and Lexington. We just can't thank them enough for what they're doing. And based on the sale last night, I think these breedings are going to sell extremely well. And then again, I have to thank Al Litfield and Marvin Katz. Marvin has just gone above and beyond with this initiative. He conceived the idea for the Breeders' Crown at Woodbine, and it's just grown and grown. And we're going to be giving away in the neighborhood of 400,000 when we get done here at the Meadowlands on October 3rd. So, Marvin, congratulations on your effort, and thank you so much. And thanks everybody for being here, and all of the bidders that are upcoming here shortly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John, for the very kind words, very generous. I'm not going to thank all the people that John has already said thank you to, but I do need to say thank you to all the horse people, the breeders, the platinum sponsors, gold sponsors, silver sponsors that have stepped forward. You're a credit to our industry, and our industry is thankful to each and every one of you. This is a great cause, this is a great enterprise, and we've done it in a first-class manner. And that's typical of what this industry can do and does do time and again. And I'm very thankful to all of you for doing that. Much appreciated. The purpose of what we're going to do here is that the Breeders' Crown Challenge wanted to say thank you to the Kentucky Standard Sales Company. They have been great partners of the Breeders' Crown Challenge since its inception. And we look for ways to say thank you to the principals, to Randy Mangus, to David Reed, to Joe Johnson, Kenny Jackson, George Siegel, and to Frank Antonacci. They have done anything we've asked every time we've asked that of them and more. And so we discussed it a few months ago, and they were very happy to come up with the idea of charitable donations in the city of Lexington. And thankfully, we have the mayor here to introduce someone from the city of Lexington to provide this check. But this is typical of our industry, and we need to do much more of this because it's great for the communities that we have, for the people that have benefited from our work, and to all of you. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate it. take tall order. Let's welcome Mayor Gordon, fantastic mayor of Lexington, Kentucky. So, we represent the Widow Community Center. To my left is David Kozar, who leads our work with fathers in our community, and Marcus Patrick, who leads our work with young people. Together, we serve around 3,000 kids and families a year with the purpose of raising them up to be leaders in our city. We're thankful to Kenny, to Marvin. It's just such an incredible honor. And to receive this through Mayor Gordon in the city is also an honor. The city is a fantastic partner to the nonprofit sector and a fantastic partner to our work. So we thank you, Mayor Gordon, everyone in this industry. We can't thank you enough. It really is a pleasure to be here and to be in your midst. And thank you all, because it's the bidders here, it's the industry who's providing this support. And it's the industry important, of course, to the fabric of our city economically, but also to the social fabric of our city. So thank you very much. Mayor Gordon, on behalf of the Lexington Select Sales Company, I present you a check for $10,000.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We're very excited, very honored by your gift and your generosity to our community. And we so value the horse industry here, standardbreds, thoroughbreds. We are the horse capital of the world, in case you did not know. And we are thrilled with this gift. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Joe, are you going to take it to the bank? Kenny, the staff.
This is the staff will read all that.
It'll get taken care of.
It'll fill your purse. Thank you all very much. Well, I welcome everyone to join us inside the arena, and we're going to start the auction very shortly. Please come and participate. Thank you.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Kentucky Room here at the famed Fasig-Tipton Sales Pavilion here. We can't get away without talking to two of the top trainers in the sport. Nancy Tactor to my left, Julie Miller to my right here. Nancy, you were the top buyer here on opening night. How do you like your Walner filly, Exile, for $800,000 so far?
Well, obviously, at this point, I like her a lot. I hope I'm saying the same thing this time next year, but I think I will. She's a beautiful individual, and I think we're going to have some luck with her.
You had a Muscle Hill colt as well, Cypress Hanover, a full brother to When Doves Cry. That's so you got a nice filly and a nice colt.
Yeah, so hopefully, we have a good duo going into 2022, and like I said, hopefully the next year I'll be standing here and I'll have two good ones.
All right. Now, listen, you gals are a big part of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge here. You've both given your time, you've given your effort, and you've given some dollars, too, to be sponsors of the event here. I'll get back to you on the STA thing in a second. But, Julie, you were last year's leading buyer here in Lexington or whatever, and you got a couple of nice ones, a couple of Muscle Hills, a filly and a colt, one for $360. Shiny Sunday. I love that name. Are we going to keep that name?
I hope so. It's going to be up to Alex Plouffe. That's her pick of the sale, and I'm glad that she wants me to train it. And I'm like what Nancy reiterates. We hope we're here enjoying a good horse and a good season.
And the colt you bought for $260,000 is called Little Expensive. That's another good name, but I know you have a big history with the maternal family here, including that dam, Seviorum.
Yeah, we were able to train Savorium. When we went up to Blue Chip and looked at the colt, we loved him, and we put a partnership together, and I'm able to train him as well. So I'm pretty lucky.
You and Andy bought 6 altogether. Is that about the number you thought you would take home, or you just never know?
With this big announcement with the Kentucky program, I didn't know we'd take home any. Luckily we found the ones that we liked and we were able to attain them. So, let the show begin tonight.
Okay, looking forward to that. Now, listen, it's not just about the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge and this Cocktails for a Cause event. You gals teamed up at McCarthy's Pub on Sunday night for some escapades and shenanigans to benefit the Standardbred Transition Alliance, another important aftercare source and a really good source and a really good benefit, profit.
Yeah, I give a lot of the credit to Nancy. She organized it down at McCarthy's. They love the horsemen there. We had a great, I thought, a lot of our horsemen did show up for the event. We're very generous with donations. The next day on the track, we were told, when are we going to do the next one? Let's do it next year as well. So,
well, How much fun was it, though? Because the place was packed. Everybody came out. Anybody who missed out, shame on you, because you'll have to get there next year.
Well, I did tell Nancy 10 o'clock was a little past my bedtime. I would have preferred a happy hour, but no, it was great. It was received by everybody really well, and I think everybody had a great time.
I think everybody did have a good time. Would you agree? You were the one walking around with that empty beer pitcher that kept getting filled with 50s, 100s, and 20s and everything else.
Yeah, it was a great evening. It was fun. It's nice that everybody gets a little, a couple hours of downtime when we're down here. It's a lot of work when we're down here and everybody's under a lot of pressure. So for everybody to let loose for a couple hours, enjoy some fun music, have a couple of drinks together was great.
And you put it together at the last minute. How did you do that?
We're used to doing that. We train racehorses. Anything can go wrong at any moment, and we're used to acting on the spur of a moment. So, that's kind of what we did.
Two words that don't belong in the same sentence: horse and plan. How much eventually was raised on that night over the course of that couple hours?
$3,016.
Wow, that's pretty good. $3,016 to benefit the Standardbred Transition Alliance, another wonderful cause for us in harness racing. Ladies, thanks so much for being here with us. Nancy Tachter, Julie Miller. Now you got to get to work and buy a couple of more horses. We'll see how it goes. So, for all of us here at the Fasig-Tipton Sales Grounds, Dave Brower signing off. We'll try to get you a little update on how the auctions go. And thanks again to the Kentuckiana Farms for sponsoring Harness Racing Updates coverage.
Harness Racing Update features the sport's most talented and provocative lineup of writers: Garnet Barnsdale, Dave Briggs, Murray Brown, Frank Ottolo, Ron Gerfine, and Thomas Hedlund, as well as Bill Heller, Bob Hayden, Dean Hoffman, Victoria Howard, Chris Lomon, and David Mattia, and also James Platts, Bob Roberts, Sandra Snyder, Brett Sturman, Jay Wolf, and many more. See what everyone is talking about. Subscribe to HRU today for free at harnessracingupdate.com.